So what I really liked in this play is how all the female characters were all very similar, but they were also like inherently different. They all had different struggles to overcome, but they were all rooted in the same gender bias. So Esther obviously had her struggles working as like a seamstress, trying to find a husband and like providing for herself. Mrs. Van Buren was like a completely different socioeconomic status from her, but she wasn't able to get pregnant, so she felt like pressure and torment from her husband. And then Mamie or Mame, uh, she works as, or she's a prostitute, and she doesn't have the confidence to believe that she could do anything else when she clearly could. For the themes, one of them that I saw was gender roles. So Esther obviously works as a seamstress when George works digging the Panama Canal and like works in labor. And then another theme that I saw was money. So like Esther hides her money in her comforter, and that kind of represents her ticket to be able to do what she really wants in her life. So like without the money, she can't make that beauty parlor. And then another theme that I saw kind of loosely was religion. George in one of his letters tells Esther that her letters are helping him fight off sin. And then also Mr. Marks is Jewish, and Jewish law forbids him from doing certain things like touching other women. As far as the relationship between Intimate Apparel and like the representation of the African American experience, I think it shows a struggle of like society oppressing a class by preventing them from moving up in social standing. And I think it definitely resists, for the 3 hours, I think it definitely resists because it kind of shows the harsh realities of living as an African American woman. And even though Esther's like a great, hardworking woman with a great heart, she kind of gets screwed over by others and by society. And I think the audience empathizes with Esther and kind of wishes that it didn't work out like that. And stereotypes definitely still exist today. I think what perpetuates them is the feeling that like one group is better than the other, and like they feel like they need to prove or like assert that they're better than others. And this can be overcome by instilling good morals and values in like a younger generation of kids, and hoping that it'll slowly be phased out in society and just no longer exist. And two questions that I have is, why did Esther give all her money to George when it was her that, like, she's the one that worked hard for it and raised all of it? And then also, why did George propose to Esther before having met her? Like, why didn't he just wait a little bit?